Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with episode 2, part 3 of Calamity. A couple things first. I did part 1 and 2 on Saturday and Sunday. I cannot remember exactly how I did it, but I had them ready to go, edited up for you guys Monday. They came out, I spaced them out so that you didn't get like bombarded, and then something happened with the scheduling, so that's why part 2 came out early today. I am about to watch part 3 and 4, and I got an email from the dude JB saying that Critical Role changed their content policy, and he linked me to the new policy, and it was stamped June 6. It must have happened sometime yesterday. There's a lot of changes with what you can and cannot do. So, being as we're already in the flow of this episode, and the fact that episode 2, part 1 and 2 went up without a hitch, I'm going to assume that right now they're allowing people to get their routines in order. I'm going to have to do things differently. There are only 2 episodes of this left, so I'm going to do part 3 and 4 like I have. I'm going to do it at 1.25 speed like I did. Might as well not rock the boat. Maybe the fact that I do it at 1.25 speed helps. I'm not trying to beat anything, but you are supposed to mix it up and talk over things and stuff like that. That's how reaction videos are supposed to be. If you go look at my other shows, I have to chop them up into 10% of what the video is, and I have to talk over music. I have to edit things out constantly. With these, they're very kind with what they allow. So I don't want to rock the boat or do anything that disrupts that. I don't want to take advantage of Critical Role when they bring us all this amazing content. So as far as that, that's how that's going to go. Live streams are fine. They said specifically that watch-alongs that have no audio and video, you can do whatever you want, obviously, because you're not showing anything. So the live streams will be totally fine. I just might have to start editing up the videos differently or something, so we're going to have to see. We're going to talk about it this week in the live stream. It is Tuesday now. I'm doing this Tuesday morning, getting these out to you today and tomorrow, part 3 and 4. And then Friday, we'll discuss. We'll figure out what to do. The dude JB is my moderator. If you don't know who he is, I shout him out all the time. He's the one that helps me with a great deal of everything. The content itself, the rules, what's going on. He is a great dude, literally. Either way, as far as this goes, amazing. We end with a fireworks extravaganza that seemed like all-out war, because right before that, Loquacious did a roll of, what was it? Intuition, I think it was, on himself, he said, but he said, no, you're being intuitive of the world. I feel like I'm using the wrong word. Sam's reaction was, oh, I love being in touch with the world or something like that, but he cursed as well. Sam hadn't done much until last episode. He is of another plane of existence, the Fey world. Frumpkin is from there as well. That's why I love it ever so much. In this explanation by Brennan, we find out that not necessarily is he 100% right, in the sense that Sam said, Loquacious said, all right, we are to understand the matron of ravens is somebody who was mortal that took over the Lady of Death, the Queen of Death, I forget what they call it exactly. There's a lot I try to take in. But follow me on this, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. I feel like they're saying 119 years ago, some mortal woman took over the Queen Raven, the Raven Queen, by doing something similar to what we just saw, I'm gathering. And Brennan said that in whatever temple you were in of the Lady of Death, everything was erased that happened before that, or something to that effect. So Sam was saying, well, if that could happen, and we know that happened, then why couldn't somebody do this like Vespin Chloris? Why couldn't somebody do this with a betrayer god? And then there was talk of, well, we'd feel it, we'd know it, because we felt it when the matron was changed, the Lady of Death. But then Brennan said, yeah, but now you go in this Fey world, and basically what I'm getting at is Brennan made it sound like you're on the right track, but it's not done yet. Something's still going on. It's in the works. You'd know if the apocalypse happened. It's one of those things like, if this actually happened the way you're thinking it, you'd notice. Shit would be going insane right now, and right now it's just mildly insane for the people that are highly intuitive and know what's going on, aka the Ring of Brass, our people, but I saw in the comments somebody did write, we should have a ring. There is a giant spider on my wall. I gotta kill this motherfucker. Oh, and it fell. All right, well, now it's gonna kill all my babies. All my babies are dead. If we were to assume that can happen with the matron queen, like I said, then it is very possible this is happening, but Brennan is basically making it sound like we could put an end to it. So The way we ended it was we were all kind of brainstorming. Nidus, I believe it was saying, I want to go back to Sirit's transmutation of the place. What was it? The Vespin Chloris' Sanctum, I think it was called. I want to go back to that, do a little more investigating. Maybe we could see something else. I don't know if we would necessarily, because I feel like we already did a bunch of checks. Maybe something changed. Maybe Sam Kinison has information for us. Xerxes' dream is obviously important with Osmodius, and Evandrin, I feel like, has more to do with this beyond just being the best friend of Lirin and Xerxes' husband. So let's just jump in. Hopefully these go up without a hitch, and then on Friday we'll discuss and we'll figure out what to do in a way that'll work for everybody and not get into problems. I feel like if they just copyright claim things, I'm okay with that. A lot of shows I do get copyright claimed, and I just let them copyright claim it because I feel like it's nice enough that I'm just allowed to use the content. If they operate like that and they just copyright claim stuff, then I won't feel bad about it because they'll be getting all the monetization. So let's see what happens. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have the time to edit everything. Patreon link at the end. Tons of shows. Person of Interest, Almost Human, Stranger Things, Barry. Countless. If not, Part 3, Episode 2, Calamity.
Wesley Snipes tax evasion.
Wesley Snipes tax evasion. That's a real thing, by the way. Go look it up.
It was so late.
It was so late in the game. Folks, we're coming back to Exandria.
Go look it up.
Calamity.
Wesley
After the
Snipes
break,
was in jail for
we
tax
return now
evasion
to
for
the
like
Palazzo
a couple
Porco,
years.
where the
I
Ring of
feel
Brass
like a
stands
couple
up
years.
from the Ivy table. I love it. I think it's great.
Loving everything about this, by the way.
stands,
I love this
there's
shirt, by the
much
way,
to
as
do.
well. This is my favorite of all my Mighty
Many of the
Nine
cards
shirts.
held by those assembled here are now on the
I've
table.
got
The
7
Astral
more coming.
Playwright is
7
functional,
more shirts.
and it has one chance and one chance alone to work, and that is today. And
He got right in.
the ritual of the Archmage Vespin Chloris appears to have done something terrible. You stand up from this place. You want to investigate the gift of Dean Hollow, Lucretia Hollow.
Yes, I think me and Leirin are tagging along. And,
We got right in. My God. We're that guy. Lucretia Hollow.
Beautifully wrapped,
Moderna.
very stylish. As is the fashion for
Scythe.
necromancers, it's a velvet black box
What
with a
is
sort of lovely black ribbon on it.
the most goth of
The most goth of
presents.
gifts.
Right.
It's
I was
quite
supposed to
long.
take a
It's
shot
quite
before
elongated.
we started. Cheers,
You
everybody.
open it up, and you see there's a small...
Is it trapped? Is it a bomb? Is it anything like that?
Is it a trap? Is it a bomb? Cheers to all my friends.
Your cousin
Love
is
you
dead.
all.
You detect no magic on it whatsoever. You open it up. For this enormous box, you see there's like a velvet raised stand that's the whole length of the box, and in the center, in sort of depression shaped where there's a small vial of a clear liquid. It's quite small, like less than a mouthful.
Is it one of
there's a note attached
Knott's
to it.
vials that he stole that are empty for no reason?
The note says, "When the time comes, this will be the easier way out. All
Oh,
things
boy,
end.
he drank shit.
Lives, stories, even ages."
Boom. Drank shit.
What?
Do you read that out loud? Because I am for sure like opening other gifts.
I don't read it out loud. I fold it, and I just make eye contact with Leirin. We have enough of a bond that you just see me look at you.
She said Leirin. It's Lirin. I'm so confused about that name. And you guys did say it's not Patia.
The dramatic.
It's Patia. It's Patia. I'm pretty sure it's Patia, not Patia.
Anyone who wants to give me a medicine check.
Patia and Lirin. It's got to be
Natural 20.
Lirin.
Let's go.
But natural 20.
The reason you did not detect magic is that the faintly sweet, incredibly deadly poison within the vial is non-magical.
Oh, okay. It's not magical. It could just be regular. We need to have some words, women.
Oh, okay. Well, what if it's like aroma activated?
Then we all die here, baby.
Then we're
Like juicy fruit.
50-foot square foot.
juicy fruit. Just like juicy fruit. What is that? Juicy fruit is gonna move ya? It gets
the
right to
freshly
ya.
shattered glass behind me. Thanks to Leirin, badass. And I.
She said
and
Leirin there.
Do I see Lucretia Hollow at all? Probably not.
No roll necessary. You do not.
One
see
of, I've said this before, my
you
favorite
see,
names, Lucretia Hollow. I literally
Madara
feel
Glyph,
like
who
it's
is speaking to her,
Madara
which
Glyph,
you know is the valedictine of your underling at the Abjuration Guild.
the Aberration Guild.
I immediately
But we'll go shake it
just
down.
bring the orb, my orb, in front of me, and it kind of widens a little bit, scrying. I'm looking for that bitch.
You get your sword.
I'm looking for that
and
bitch.
scry.
Marisha, all right, not to play
Most
favorites,
people wouldn't
but
know what
Marisha
this
is my favorite.
But as someone who has
Not just in this. Bo has made me gain a love for her, unlike any other. It like Sam has lost the throne.
Before the party started.
Everyone's got one.
Party
This
started.
one isn't a key party, all right?
Sam is still great. I love
It's
everybody.
not fair
But
to talk
Marisha
to
has
my
won my heart.
You'll
Not
have to
even
experience
nothing to
the
do with being a
honors.
girl or a boy or anything. I just absolutely love her.
Yeah, she's currently missing in action.
Do you think Madara has any information?
She's your assistant. You tell me.
I don't pay attention to people dumber than me.
That
Oh.
is incredibly fair.
I agree
Madara
with that
is standing
statement,
there going like,
as long as
of
it's not
course, love.
said
I mean, the last and sees
as an
Boku walking
insult
towards her,
to
and you
people's
see She
faces.
like swallows a
I
full
agree.
gulp of air.
I don't
into
have
her
time for
stomach,
dumb
just
people.
like just at both of your power and station. And he goes, keep back, Kavika Starkane. Hello.
Follow me.
Yep.
Yep.
Behind her in just the most stressful sandwich she's ever been in.
She follows and says, you go into like a little private corner. Whatever.
We
To
don't need to make small talk.
Yep.
Yep. I dig it.
Like Rachel.
Brennan is quite phenomenal, I gotta say.
I do a little cantrip gust to cool her down.
In the beginning, I was unsure
She says,
if I'd like Brennan, I'll be honest with you. But he's
The
phenomenal.
dean was speaking to me. She was speaking to me earlier, prior to Sir Ilores coming over, that she had invited the champion Pervan Sul to the gathering, which I thought very strange because she then quite grievously, made the guest uncomfortable, which is fine. I agree that, the age of the gods.
I also
is-
love they
but,
scroll the character cards.
I think she wanted to make apologies to him because I saw her whisper to Magister Cormorant and say that she was going to.
Have we heard that name? I feel
and
like we've heard that name.
then
Cormorant.
Then I saw. Well, what did I see?
I wonder if they do this in campaign 3, the scrolling of the player, the character stats. I always ask that they do that in campaign 2, and they don't, but that's early in Critical Role.
25 lets you know that you should be casting Detect Thoughts right now.
Okay, that's yeah. Detect thoughts.
What if she's like, well, I
She
won't.
goes there.
I defy
Leave
you.
it to.
I learn nothing.
Well, it's hard to tell who cast it, but you know it wasn't an enchanter because this modify memory was sloppy and it was done very fast. Madara saw Lycretia cast a spell, and neither Lycretia or somebody else quickly, in the midst of a party, modified her memory to forget it. But you see, she says, "Yes, I think Lycretia wanted to apologize to the champion Pervan
I probe deeper. Detect thoughts. I don't give a fuck right now. She
on a
knows.
20 memory, and you get to a memory that Madara can no longer access. You see Lycretia go invisible to follow Pervan out of the room, and you see Magister Cormorant turn, who was also one of the people speaking, and you see Cormorant says,
Yeah, we got to remember Cormorant.
Valedictine, can I speak with you for a moment? And put a hand on her neck and begin to tap a somatic component to a modify memory spell on her neck. As she goes in, you look at Madara's eyes looking out, and you see in her memory a bit of magic, a spell, some kind of dangerous spell, something crackling, something that you recognize is about to break invisibility. Like the invisibility that Lycretia cast on herself was low level, the kind of thing that an attack or a spell gets rid of, right? The invisibility was about to fade because Lycretia was about to do something deadly. And then you see and hear Pervan as Loquacious and Xerxes run out. And because they ran out, Lycretia killed the spell.
Stops.
That was
Shot. I saved someone's life today.
It's selfish. I love it though. That's his character. Very into himself. The first thing he thought was, I
In the
saved
memory,
someone's
now
life
you're
today.
Past the memory, but you remember the
Love it,
interaction that
though.
Xerxes and Loquacious described, which was their presence in front of Pervan Sul up until the moment that he vanished, because they did not leave his side until he teleported away from the city.
My God. You got, yeah.
Saved the future of Exandria.
No one tell them.
It's been a great mini campaign.
That's it. We're done. We're good. I feel like there's lots of incidents
so
like
Madara
that
is sitting
if
in front of
you
you and goes,
like really laid it all out. I mean, maybe
Sorry,
not to
I
that
can't be
level
more helpful, but-
of calamity.
And then there was a moment,
Calamity.
and then Magister Cormorant became quite distracted. Once again, in her memories, you see Madara speaking, and Cormorant literally reacts like someone tapped his shoulder, but you didn't see anyone tap his shoulder. And you see that it's like, and then he left quite abruptly as well. The Magister, I believe he said something about having to attend to some business.
Marisha is writing without looking,
his
and I'm
offices,
like
which
almost
is
think it's
strange for an
jokey.
evening such as this, a wonderful
Obviously,
gathering,
it's
a
not.
party.
Radiator.
But you know, Magister Cormorant is free to do as he wishes. Have I done anything to give offense or anything?
No, you're good.
Not knowing what you're discovering.
Yeah.
You definitely see Layrin about to like rip into her. Because I have no idea. I just think she's incompetent.
Yeah.
So actually, you've been getting drunk at a party, and there's something bigger happening. What is your whole deal? What is the point of you?
What is the point of
you? You are a
you?
representative of the Abjura, and I find, frankly, all of your behavior tonight specifically to be sloppy.
From that perspective, she's right.
I am very sorry.
See,
Have your replenishment.
She wordlessly turns and walks out of here.
So why did we let her leave and not take her to the Magisters?
I've got everything I need to know.
Yeah.
Magister
want to be-
Cormorants
okay, cool.
are a part of this.
okay, we're good. All right. Oh, okay, we're good.
Be in
Then. Fine. Sounds good.
As they say, with the dean. And I take the sphere in front of my face, in between me and Layrin, and you just see kind of like a projection in the sphere
Of what she-
of the memory that I
Beautiful. Share it.
pulled from her mind.
I like when we share knowledge.
I
Radiator.
have to admit that I was needlessly harsh to a subordinate.
No, her dress was atrocious. Did you see that?
It was bad, and honestly, if you can get a modify memory it's cast on you, like what kind of wizard are you anyway?
She should be more careful.
Truly.
She deserves the night off.
Give me.
Make up with her tomorrow, I'm sure.
So even in,
Give me a perception.
even
with
when
advantage.
they should feel bad, they don't feel bad. Well, she had a ridiculous dress. Dress is atrocious.
Well,
Both bad.
all that's bad.
Oh, that's bad.
12.
Cool.
Not the worst.
so you have
Poopy.
what-
It is
You have what
poopy.
you have. You have what you have from Madara. The rest of the Ring of Brass.
My apologies, the Ring of Brass.
So
Let's
you've looked at
move.
the gift. You've talked to Madara. The party moves on, but
You guys, you know how
time
this is. I apologize if I
essence.
burp
It's
in the mic
getting
because that
closer
is
to
kind of
midnight.
rude.
I
But we're just sitting here having drinks at a bar, and I have nowhere to burp.
And,
And it just happens.
inform
I
everybody.
apologize.
Magister Cormorant has something to
Magister
and
Cormorant is a piece of
Sphere is gonna be
shit.
found in his offices.
Still loving Sam's outfit. I don't know why he
Lost
would change
the
because
lobby
it's
for
still
minutes. Hi,
episode 2.
I'm over here. Hi.
Oh, I see it. I'm
yeah,
saying,
so-
I'm
Wait,
talking
you're still
about.
here?
He
I'm
heard
still
me.
here.
Were
What's
you
going
doing
on?
something
But are you gonna go do that? Are you gonna go take care of that cormorant thing?
I would love to go to Magister.
I'm tapping into our group chat through the telepathic bond
Yeah.
because you downloaded that into
Everyone
our,
can hear this,
Great.
yes.
So what's our next move? We're about to go.
We were planning on heading to the Hall of Prophecy
Cheers.
to see if we might consult with
That's
regard
Wild
to,
Turkey 101, guys. I
Suspicious
treated
suspicion.
myself to my favorite.
Isn't it closed?
Wild Turkey 101.
We're gonna see if we can open it.
Okay.
I started
And,
drinking
I
that
had intentions of
when I
spying
saw it in
on
Thomas
one of
Jane's
the- one of the
Punisher.
prophets,
I was
or
in
the oracles I might
college,
be familiar
and I
with
was like,
that we might
he's a
just contact them
badass, so I
directly.
will be too.
Good.
My favorite.
I was gonna go check out.
I'm listening. I'm
my
reading.
records
I'm reading.
On,
Vespin?
Vespin Chloris, just to see if
After-
we knew
after
more
what I just
historical
read
information about him.
With
But
the
I'm
new
hoping
content
you're gonna go to
policy,
your
I'm gonna
place.
have to
100%
talk
knowledge is the
over
key. I feel like
things
the more we can learn
and
about the
edit all
man
this stuff
before
up,
whatever
guys.
he did took
After
place,
this
it
week,
makes sense
probably.
as well.
I'm off to the tome, to the Herald's tome.
all of you head off. The Hall of Prophecy, the Herald's Tome, the Magisterium, the Ring of Brass, on a night where you should have been reveling till
Yeah,
sunrise.
on a night we should be partying our asses off, drinking. I mean, there is responsibilities, but it would have been a party.
Xerox, it's copyrighted. But we have a photocopy.
Xerox is copyright. That is true.
At
It's
the
like Band-Aid.
Magisterium,
Yeah,
or would you
that's
be
where
at the
it's
library?
I'm
That's
stuck on
very
Band-Aids
Yeah, it's
because
very
Band-Aids stuck on me.
Speaker of the Fourth.
Yes, Speaker of the Fourth. Cool.
Cool. Amazing.
You
Incredible.
head off. I'm going to go ahead and say that.
Roll for stealth.
You know what I was
I don't
going
know.
to
I'm just
say?
kidding.
I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
See who we cut to. I know. Back to back.
Back to back. Incredible.
Incredible. I told you.
get to the
I
Herald's
knew it was
Tome.
coming.
Did you roll a 5 or a 6?
I rolled a 6.
I would assume, records at the Herald's Tome of any notable figures. We keep records and also recordings, audio and visual of notable people from around the world in case we need to use them in upcoming stories. But also sometimes we pre-record stories that might not be time sensitive. So with your blessing, Brennan, I bring him to the room where we keep all of these sort of pre-recorded crystal shards that have these messages and information on them. Nobody's here though because everyone's out partying. So I'm trying to make my way and figure out
Making his way downtown.
the filing system. I haven't done this in years. Usually I have assistants who do this for me, and so I pick up one thing and put it in, and it says it's a recording of me saying, "It is with a heavy heart that I must report the death of Eldemir the Wise. His reign was long, and he was a Highland." And I take it out. That will be run someday, obviously.
I was gonna say. I'm like, wait,
I
Mr.
stick in
the
something
Wise.
else, and it's a pre-recorded.
That actually got me upset for a second. I'm like, did the
Found him
Wise
in
dude
tavern.
just die?
The-
I know it
the
said
third
pre-recordings,
best ale in
but
Avalier, the first best for making friend, and I take it out.
You know what? I'll take it. I don't drink, so that
this is
actually-
good. This is good. I love it.
I'm looking for anything that I can find on
Yeah. So
on this man.
as you guys walk in, you again have this
Very clever.
incredible chamber.
Cleverly
It's
done,
a circular
Sam.
chamber with
Regal,
all these crystals stored
loquacious,
throughout. It's like
Sealy.
beautiful. Everything in here is like gold and brass, and there are a bunch of little stands that make the sort of like project three-dimensional illusory recordings. I mean, this is a whole group of bards that work at the tome. Illusion magic is second nature, so it's these amazing recordings. Let me ask this: as you get here, you have so much
Roll.
stuff.
I want rolls. I'm in the mood
ask
for rolls.
Either
I'm in
history
the
checks
mood
or
for
investigation
love.
checks. As you walk in, it's also the sort of strange, like, there's a little bit of a being in the Herald's Tome at night. Empty cubicles, empty workspaces, and the lights are all off. You're inside, and
I would also just say, out of habit, I do my normal thing, which is to investigate a space, look for things that may not be there, use the unerring eye.
I did
and
read,
just
I
check
think it was the
because
dude
it's
JB,
after
someone
hours,
else
so
maybe
if
in the
you're on
comments,
a specific trail,
talking about how Surratt
who knows?
is obviously master investigator.
Please look around.
That's like his
I must
thing,
admit, I have to be here
investigating,
on occasion after
research, not
Sometimes
medicine,
accompanied with,
clerics, medics.
Make it a
other
private
people.
chat.
Oh, wow.
God.
Sorry.
Like peaks. Somehow they turned like the tone.
Can you mute your microphones, please? Thank you.
But yes, so there could be some people wandering about or finding hard surfaces to, lay down on or
Hard
something.
surfaces. Just for the room and the space, anything that might be there or visual or non-visual, 23 investigation.
Ooh, my history is terrible. It's only a 9,
I also did see in the comments
you're
how,
looking through-
but I can roll that d4.
based on modifiers, sometimes +5, stuff like that, are as high as you can get. So
you
some will
start
have
pulling,
low rolls regardless.
a lot of stuff.
Of
I'm
level.
going to say on that investigation check.
I
you
am
have
reading,
a bu-
I
so
am
we're gonna go with that very
learning.
high investigation check. So history, you're having a hard time remembering stuff. So with that investigation, you basically just pull everything. It's like, okay, we can't narrow this down. We got to pull it all. So we're going to be here for a minute, like running through it. As you do, you also find something that's not about Vespin Chloris at all. But you find something about the Herald's Tome.
Please
We'll
tell.
go with Vespin first.
Oh, yes, please do. I was like, are we not going to get to know? Like, what is this? Don't be encryptive, my man. My man. Corbin, my man.
Stuff that I made up and didn't tell you.
Corbin, my man. What is that from? If you don't know, then I will never speak to any of you. No.
I've been calling him Betrayer God for years and no one's been listening.
Osh, gosh, bagosh.
So here's the deal. You pull a name right away. The reporter that got the most stuff on Vespin, that actually went out and hustled and talked to him. This interview is like, this series of interviews is like 8 or 9 years old. It's like a much younger Vespin.
Much younger Vest.
You recognize the reporter's name, Elena Tavares.
Tavares.
You find a bunch of interviews. There's some stuff that Vespin actually said that was printed. That actually.
I don't know if that. I am
made
assuming
into
that
the
name has
easiest
no
stuff to
meaning because
find.
none
He
of them
talked a big
reacted,
game,
and I don't
even back in
remember.
the day about the matron's ritual. He never made reference to himself, but he said it's a matter of time before someone recreates the ritual. He said, anything that is achieved, he says, it goes against every virtue of this age to believe that something that is achievable by one is not, at least in theory, achievable by all. And
kind of what Sam was saying last part.
Went on
I
to
agree.
say, again, arrogance and hubris is a staple of the age. He said that it was his belief that a future ritual would not dethrone a prime deity. He said, after all, why would we wish to remove a force from this world that, while archaic and not necessarily where our vision of the future comes from, are nonetheless largely benevolent? Would it not make more sense to attempt to dethrone and remove something more nefarious from existence? So that's what you printed because it was of magical interest to the Archmages of Avalier, right? But there's a lot of
I'm
other stuff
listening.
that he
I'm
said
just
and
like
did.
thoughts. I'm like cranking thoughts, trying to think of
You get an
what
actual recording, which is one of the original
Vespin
things
Chloris.
that Elena Tuveris actually recorded, right? You put
Tuveris
it's a
sounds so
recording of an
familiar, but not
interview
from
with
this.
a cleric of Vasselheim that is giving a comment about mages attempting to recreate the matron's ritual. And of course, this was taken at a gala about like 9 years ago in Vasselheim. You see that the gala is clearly in Vasselheim. You can see the city outside the window. Behind this cleric who's speaking,
Oh my God.
there are 3 people talking.
Oh,
Vespin Chloris, Lycretia Hollow,
and
and Loris of the Weaver's Mask.
Mother.
He was so cool.
Loris of the Weaver's Mask.
Oops,
I thought it was gonna be
as
Cormit.
this is cropping
Cormit.
up here, do any of you have the ability to read lips, or at least can like make an attempt? Yes.
Yes.
So they were buddying up a
language
decade ago.
They are speaking common.
I mean, it would make sense.
I'm going to manipulate
So it gives them the
the
advantage.
playback of this interview and blow it up and enhance.
So you see the herald himself goes enhance. Again, you are finding a breakthrough that might. This city is full of every arcane tome in the world, and the thing that might save Exandria is in the back of some B-roll footage of commentary.
Taco's still on there.
Yeah.
It's like a shot of them pouring champagne flutes or something.
Yeah, exactly. You zoom in. Thankfully, for the future of Avalier, you see that you are catching like profiles at an angle of Loris. You notice Loris's mask on the side of his face and Dean Hollow. So Vespin is with his back against the window speaking, and you have a full view of his face and are able to sort of gather what he's saying. Reading his lips.
What does it say? All right, here we go. I was gonna say,
You
are we even
see
gonna
him
get?
talking? And he's clearly reacting to something that Loris has just said. And you see he's sort of being very cavalier and says, well, of course, Loris, that's your opinion, and you're more than entitled to it. I don't take such a limited view of what is possible in an age of wonders. Obviously, if it were impossible, it wouldn't have already happened once. We're talking about how to improve on existing technology. The matron's breakthrough already opened the door for all of us. Look, you should know why these things are challenging. It's your fault in a way. You see
Matron
Loris
being
you can't see because you can't get a good eye on
Matron
the
of
first.
Ravens.
He's like, oh, come now. You haven't read the pact? You know what the Gaudrashari are about. You see that he then says...
Druids.
You see that there's a momentary confusion. You see there's a moment of confusion, and he says... he looks at both of them and says, the City of Crowns bears the Tree of Names. He says, the City of Crowns bears the Tree of Names.
City of
and
Crown,
says,
Tree of
am I saying
Names.
something you don't know? Maybe if you took a little less time flying that city and a little bit more time cracking the books, you'd know this. And he finishes his drink and walks away.
City of Crowns.
Ground, right, Captain?
Oh, no,
that's
that's
us.
us.
We're the
The
Crowns.
City of Crowns bears...
But the
Yeah.
tree of names.
What is the Tree of Names?
Does that ring any bells in either of our domes?
If any of you can hit a high DC history check right now.
No problem.
I'm pretty
Any
sure.
of you?
I know.
How many are allowed to roll?
He said Tree of Gnomes, actually.
Gnomes.
Yeah, I think
Tree of Gnomes. I agree.
Gnomes
It was the
all
Tree of
the
Gnomes. David, the gnome.
Is your history?
My history's not great. It's only 4.
Well, I was gonna sing you David the gnome, but I can't remember the theme song.
You want to give me inspiration?
Look
then also-
around you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go
I
There
will
are many
inspire you by telling
things
you it's
to
probably gnomes.
see
That's a D10.
that
I'll
some
tell you.
could say.
Level 14. Okay.
I'll stop.
Not great.
Natural 20.
No friggin' way. Are you shitting me? I thought he went like this, almost like it was gonna be really bad. 31 over 30.
Breaking that.
Brennan made it a point to say over 30 is solid.
Brennan's face got
You have to tell us.
All right, what are we about to find out? We're about to find out gold.
Now you have to tell us.
A little bit.
Hollywood gold right here.
Fuck, dude.
These dice are
As
roll this good again ever.
as loquacious.
This makes it exciting. Brennan should be happy.
Tree of gnomes to you. You see.
Fucking suit.
In a cheetah suit. I love it. Look at his...
Tree of names.
Sam has the gray in the beard like me. Look at my face. On the sides
You
is
remember
gray
your
all
dream,
over.
The Eyes of Avalor.
He's worse, but he's older, I feel
The
like.
Tree of Names was given as one of the central artifacts of Avalor, something that the Eyes of Avalor must eternally guard. If its name were ever mentioned, that was an immediate indication that something terrible was, that anyone talking about it is talking about something incredibly profoundly important to the significance and safety of Avalor.
All right.
However, that's a very old piece of training for the Eyes of Avalor, which is itself a very old organization. The Tree of Names, I gotta honor in that 20.
I was going to say, he's going to have to go
Tree of
hard.
Names doesn't get talked about as much anymore because it was protected 120 years ago by the arboreal calyx.
Oh my God. We're all making
Really? The
connections.
tree of names was protected, or the tree itself was protected by the arboreal cortex, or whatever?
Over it or around it?
Built over and around it.
Wow.
Oh
Fucking
my
important. If
God.
it's not the core of something important.
I am almost mad at myself for not coming to that conclusion. I feel like I didn't have enough time. They just mentioned the tree, but that would have been amazing. I'm trying to think, where is this tree?
And
Fuck.
blossoms from the
I'm
tree
mad at
caught
myself.
wind and fell on him, and that's what caused him. I think that's what made him sick. At least if there's any truth to the dream that I had, then it has something to do with the Vandrin, and that tree has something to do with these betrayers. There's obviously a connection. We're all seeing that.
Oh, interesting. Are we saying this on the group chat?
I didn't say that in the group chat.
We will when we're done with our investigation, for sure.
I did not expect that angle.
So this is huge.
I said
Because the
Evangelion
thing
was
that
gonna
said
be
Arboreal
important.
Calyx, you saw.
I mean,
Dustin Hoare
obviously, I'm
talking
not a
about
genius.
Clear knowledge in relation to rituals of ascension and godhood. Like he was speaking to Loris and Lucretia Hollow about it in this party in Vasselheim 9 years ago.
But he's saying the City of Crowns, which is Avalor, bears the core of the arboreal calyx.
Bears the Tree of Names.
Yeah, bears the tree names, Boreal Caloric.
In the fucking city.
In the fucking city?
So that's very critical. And immediately upon hearing it, you go, yeah, Arboreal Calyx is a wizard name. The Tree of Names, that's something older. That's something older.
Arboreal, like arbor.
Arbor, yeah.
Said it to us earlier.
Like, is that, I'm just going to say it, but has that got any sort of connection whatsoever to,
So,
what was it, the Tree of Life or something from Vox Machina? The huge tree that Keyleth resurrected or whatever it was.
now,
Tree of Life?
what I would
Tree
say
of,
is this.
Tree of Light? I'm so mad that I don't remember that. I did videos on it. It was
As
specifically
you
dealing with
hear
it.
Over your telepathic bond, you hear Xerxes talk about the dream, Evandrin, his husband, the previous first knight.
All right.
You look, and the clue you notice that has nothing to do with the records you pulled is that you see the rest of this file, this like gilded box that has rows of gilded placards within it, and it's all the work of Elena Tuveris, this reporter. At the back of it, you see a compartment labeled Evandrin Altera, and it is empty.
Someone took the shit?
Can
Oh, he's waiting for us. I'm like, what's that? Okay, I get it. He's waiting on us.
I'll bring Loquacious' attention to it. This is odd, don't you think?
Yes.
What is? The fact that it's empty?
Yes.
Former first knight, man of great import, high esteem, all missing. Who has access to these files besides you and...
Well, Elena, the reporter who gathered this stuff, she doesn't work here anymore.
Where is she?
Yeah.
I don't honestly know. I dismissed
Well-
her a number of years ago.
Well, he does remember dismissing her, so she didn't just vanish. That's at least
You
something.
wouldn't know where these files could be.
Why
She
did you
could have
dismiss
taken them
her?
with her? Or
Why did he
destroyed
dismiss
them,
her?
or they could have been
Important.
Misplaced. I'll give it another look.
Cheers.
I don't know.
On the I don't know, does my ring do anything?
I'm going to need Loquacious to roll a deception check.
Sam is definitely lying. 100%. I couldn't say anything because I had a shot in my mouth.
So now what's going to happen is this. That's a
We
third.
know he's
Would you like a section
lying.
From Loquacious?
God, we know he's lying, but we can't hear the lie.
So that's going to... That's
Big dog
Not
rolls.
that there's anything untoward happening here, but that is above what the Ring of Honor will detect. So this comes down to the instance of Seret alone.
Which he knows he's lying.
I'm actually...
But he doesn't get to know why. That's awesome. I love that shit. I love when we roll a nat.
30.
Well, it wasn't a nat 20, but a
You
30.
need to roll on the die to beat 30.
You can't do that.
He's a rogue. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. I'm just trying to see.
Oh God, he's stacking all his shit.
See, what I don't like, I kind of feel like what Sam's trying to say is right now you know he's lying, but you shouldn't know he's lying because he rolled a 30. But we know he's lying. So it's almost like I'm going to use extra magic to try to get the truth out of you.
No.
But I almost feel like that's not fair. I've said this before in other campaigns, how sometimes just being there allows you to hear things that will give you an advantage, so to speak.
You observe that.
But there it didn't matter.
You have Loquacious' answer.
I mean, it's the game. The game's the game. I'm not going to rag on it. But there it didn't matter.
Cleared this out. And obviously...
You know, she was sloppy in her. What was her name again? Elena Tavares, but she was sloppy in her work. And
So something's up with Elena
yet another
Tavares.
example of why she had.
We know.
It would occur to Quay as well that you have lots of crystals on Evandrin Altera. This is just Elena's file box. So other reporters that reported on Evandrin's stories and his accomplishments, there's plenty of those.
Yes. So if you want to know other facts about Evandrin, we can go diving. I don't think that's pressing information right now.
Sorry,
That
it's
wasn't
such
me.
a
That
right
was
now.
the
You said you
one-armed
think she's still in the
Evandrin.
city or she's left?
I don't know where she is, do I?
I
So
think
Sam really doesn't know, but he knows
would
something
Loquacious
about
kept up with like former
the files.
If
Whatever
she's
you
still
call
in the
them.
biz, I would absolutely know.
Actually, just give me a history check. I'll just let you. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Are you still in the biz?
Sure, I check people out.
Yeah, just history. Yeah.
19.
19. Yeah, her family's in the city. She's not a reporter anymore. You know, like the city is so dominated by the Herald's
Why do
Home
I
that if you
feel
get
like
fired
I'm
from
getting?
there, there's not.
I feel like the
competition to go
sun
to.
is manipulating my beauty.
So you think that
Oh,
she's
there I
working
go. Look,
as a
I'm back.
political scribe
I'm back in
somewhere the city?
tan.
There you go.
All right. Her family's in the city.
If everything else runs dry, I'm
Please
sure.
do, and please tell me what happened to those files.
I almost feel like she's not important. It's her files that are important. I don't think she's up to anything. The fact that he dismissed her, unless he's lying about that, and that's what he's lying.
My ex is a G, and I love this.
Oh man, this is
My
so
ex is a
movable force,
G.
irresistible force, movable object. Fucking
I mean, it
incredible.
is her ex.
A changeling media personality and an Eric Hokra detective.
Incredible.
Aarakocra.
All right.
I've never heard that in my life. What is an Aarakocra?
Stop. Stop.
He's literally feeling himself.
Oh my god. I'm looking at a Brea and Lou, and I'm like, what are they talking about? Like, Sam is literally rubbing himself
Over
down.
the airwaves to our friends.
I love him. I love him.
What are you guys up
He's
to?
getting a
Well,
little
let's find
excited.
out. We moved from here to the. We moved from here to the Magisterium.
Oh, look at
you arrive
Marisha.
next
Looks.
to-
She's like getting ready to fight.
As you arrive, you walk through vast doors leading to grand sweeping double staircases that go up to a massive parliament.
Love
a
it.
circular structure of
Incredible.
various thrones. The thrones all surrounding the high thrones, the 8 thrones. You see there is the 7th throne of Guisaria Lucerid, and there is the throne of the 4th, which is Micah Cormorant's throne. It is dark as well here in the Magisterium as you approach.
The seat of the
private
4th.
offices of the Magisters, again, of which there are 380. It is a massive chamber. The building is an enormous civic complex. Where would you travel as you arrive at the Magisterium, Paisha and Laren?
Laren is caught just a moment with like envy and contempt that the Court of Workings is like 4 people in a sweatbox, and there's 380 assholes that get very little done, and this place slaps.
Love it.
And she's mad and has forgotten temporarily why she's here.
Yeah, I get it. That is justified.
It's all about the pageant.
Justifiable. Now I feel like I've changed again. Maybe I'm just going blind. Maybe my vision's losing.
We need to talk to him.
I'm going
Figure out
blind,
what's going
guys.
on.
I feel like I'm
But I
blurry
also
all the
need
time.
to find out any information I can on the construction and
Boreal
purpose
Court.
of the Arboreal Calyx. It's siphoning energy, and I don't know why. And I don't like when I don't know things.
Clearly, it's the tree now.
as I walk, you can just hear like Paisha's heeled boots that she has on just echo through the hall.
They're
Each clank with
using
every step.
siphoned power to give this tree power so the tree can give them some sort of
office.
old magic or something.
Or is there a more strategic approach here?
From what we know from before and what we just heard.
I love the background. Look at behind them. Look at the shadows and the lanterns. I say it all the time, but it's freaking awesome. I want that in my house.
Caution. We should be careful. I don't think this is a conversation.
It's the last I have, and we're gonna kill it.
Do we see any signs of life? Any lanterns lit?
I see lanterns lit. Cheers, everybody, to the last
Not in the
20 minutes.
chamber. You approach the offices, walking the marble staircase. Clack, 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 clack. You see Magister Cormoran's office. Door is closed. It's a door of beautiful, polished, deep red wood.
That's what
With a
I'm
gold
getting.
knob and a
My dice tray and my tower. Deep
the
red.
main station. Magister
Should be here in
Cormorant,
5 years.
fourth throne. Door is shut.
Can you see any lights on? Any shadows?
You see no lights on inside.
The fourth throne. Let's break in this shit. We're breaking in. Smash that goddamn door and we don't got time.
I don't either. So I open the door.
Yeah.
Now, as you attempt to open the door, the door
Locked.
is locked.
Yeah, kick that shit in. I figured it would be locked. What, is he not going to lock his door if he's up to shady shit?
Authoritative to the assembled wizards feel like being.
Break that shit down.
Restraint.
Do you happen to have a knock spell handy?
I can do you one better. I summon construct. What's the biggest, dumbest statue in here? It's mine now.
I summon constructs.
A statue of a spell knight behind you in the wall. We answer the call of the architect.
Open the door.
The door is blasted off its hinges.
I love it. I would have done the same thing. Screw
office.
being subtle. We're done with subtle.
Real quick, I just.
This dude needs to know people are on his ass.
Boom. Lights come on.
Where'd you say perception?
I want answers, and I want this dude to know he ain't fooling anybody.
Balls. 15 total. 20.
Radiator.
Architect Arcane, as your construct smashed the door in, you heard something in here.
Uh-oh.
Show yourself.
Roll initiative.
He's going to...
Roll initiative. Oh my god, we actually are having someone here. No frigging way.
Let's go. Hold on. Let's do it.
Oh my god, it's a battle. Tell me it's a goddamn battle. I thought it might be like one. Are we gonna fight this dude? Look at this shit. It's the first one of the game. I'm pretty sure. I do not recall one before.
Magister's office. Here we
Amazing.
go.
I did not expect this right now. I thought we weren't gonna get this till episode 3 because of the time and everything. Maybe the end.
Matt and we hung out all morning this morning, and Matt is a true wizard.
Love it.
I can only say, Matt, thank you so much. And
Matt.
Rick Perry, I miss you.
Thank you, Matt. Matt Mercer. I'll see him on tomorrow. I see Matt Mercer every day on something.
Okay, it is wizard time. We have the beautiful Paisha and Larry.
Oh my god, our minis.
In your signature purple. Look at us. Together we look like a blue raspberry Pop-Tart.
A blue raspberry Pop-Tart.
Okay.
Alright, make sure they have the construct.
Yes.
Yeah, where's my big boy?
I love it. I love the purple.
Where's my lovely gentleman?
The purple is obviously
Here's
Lirin,
our friend.
because I see the
Oh, look at him. He's great.
Paisha hair.
Amazing.
Son of a bet.
I mean, everyone on the telepathic bond knows.
Yes.
Happening.
Yeah. I'm immediately clocking that. Thank God
We're
we're
just
on
in the sky on a griffin.
We are.
That's all this craziness.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that we're not all involved. But hey, look at in front, and we got the steel.
Yeah, that was fucking dope.
That was
Nice job.
so cool.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Oh, I love it. It feels so right in the Age of Arcanum game to roll initiative and throw a map down for two wizards in beautiful evening gowns coming in.
If I missed it, I apologize, guys. But if What is in front of them? In front of them, is that what Abrea, Liren took control of? The armored statue? Only reason I'm asking is because I'm assuming it is, but how did Brennan have a mini of it? I guess you just have a mini of everything?
We don't see anything though.
You don't see anything right now.
Yeah, I was going to say there's nothing on the map except our controlled armored stone.
This bad boy here? Stone.
Stone. Okay, stone. I thought it was armored.
And I assume you're holding concentration, correct?
Yes.
Holding concentration. We got a giant stone statue fighting for us, possibly.
What do we roll for initiative?
18.
18 for patient.
42.
5.
Yeah.
Wizard!
Yeah.
18 for patient, and then 5. Okay. And your construct is acting
Directly after.
Literally in the comments said a wizard would roll low. Maybe was that, or maybe it was a different thing. But I feel like it was something to do with that. That's why she said
Is
wizard.
their own anxiety.
Wow, they have to fight themselves.
The opponent is the Calamity.
It's a cat that just knocked something over.
So
Can you
first
imagine?
act is going to
That would be
patient.
amazing.
The door has exploded off. You've walked into Magister Cormorant's office. There are tables, fireplaces. You see some teleportation daises here for boarding around the city. And there's some papers. There's a chest in the corner. Other documents are around. But you are first to act as Laren says, show yourself. Nothing has happened yet, but you feel a crackling of arcane energy and Laren's certainty that there is someone in this chamber.
Do I sense a spell being cast?
I think that what you can sense is you feel the familiar rush of
Where would he be? I'm looking at the layout of the room. Where would he be?
of conflict.
The trio of chairs to the right, or the main table hiding in the fireplace?
A construct smashing a door across a room will certainly, make whatever force
Get
is in
someone's
here, but you don't see
attention.
anything present.
Okay, let me.
Is it like
something.
something he leaves there to guard his room, or is it he himself?
This
is
one's
it
a little bit,
Magister
I'm gonna let DM roll
Cormant?
here.
Yeah, go for it.
Is this a situation where a counterspell would count?
The ruling on, I believe, counterspell
Is only if you know.
You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. You need to be able to see it. You attempt to.
I was just gonna say that's
don't think you'd be able to see it.
loose explanation.
DM ruling here.
DM ruling.
I'm going to double check that because that's very important.
That is very important because he's saying
There is
you
no-
have.
Go.
No, I'm just nervous.
In your chair.
He's even saying this is huge because if you know he's casting a.
You are in the clear. It does not. There's nothing. There's a range of 60 feet, but there is nothing here that says you need line of sight.
So I just sense the direction that the energy is coming from, and crack my wrists and just.
Did he
dispel.
give
It's
her
almost
too
like a
much
little
advantage
mantle
by
in
letting her know
glass
that? I don't care because
pulses
it's good for
outward
us.
and kind of shields Laren and I.
Sorry, I have such bad news, and it's coming on behalf of Jeremy Crawford, who lets us know that counterspell
too,
requires
did it?
you. Counterspell requires you to see the spellcaster you're countering.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say that's huge.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy, awesome, clutch move because that probably would have greatly affected
Sorry,
everything
remember,
right
it's not,
there.
It's not in the script. It's in the portion of the player's handbook on Twitter. So it's not in the PHB, but
You have to physically see the person casting. That would make sense because literally what Marisha just said. She said, "I just know where it's coming from." I don't.
Okay.
It's magic. I'm not a magic user, but I feel like
If
that's
I
a
can
bit too
feel the
much.
direction that it's coming from, I'm assuming he must be invisible or something like that.
Ba-ba-ba.
This just says choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Can I dispel magic and try and blast him with dispel?
Germany
Love wizards being like,
What does Germany think of that? Why did it? It's saying Germany. I know it's
Unfortunately, no, Choose
Germany.
one creature, object, or magical effect within range. So because you cannot detect
so
it.
that- okay.
Damn. What I will say.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead.
I was going to say there are ways for you to know where someone is without having to see them.
Sure.
Vibration, smell.
Could always do yet another detect thoughts or detect magic.
Yeah, you can do smell,
Detect magic. How about that?
vibrations,
Amazing.
sound. Obviously, that's sort of the.
As this is happening,
Not quite vibrations. Vibrations is feel
is
too.
Keisha, like going through as you are in here? Like you're reaching down for. Hold on 1 second. Amazing. You
Amazing.
cast detect magic. I'm going to say because there is a spell specifically called See Invisibility, this is going to give you a direction, right? And actually, I'll go ahead and ask for a perception check here.
See invisibility.
See invisibility.
My perception checks have been bad. 10.
On a 10 perception check, you cast Detect Magic. You can detect a powerful illusion in the room. You know that something is hidden in here.
Pretty much what we
you
already
immediately
knew,
get
but
the
I
feeling
understand it's a low
of
roll.
It being to your left. It is towards the left side of the room.
So where
you
Liren
feel
is.
in that direction. So
over by the table,
you feel
the giant table.
something over there that is some kind of illusory presence, but you can't detect the exact square.
So it's away from the fire, or is there a fireplace over there too?
My brain, Paisha's brain is moving 1,000 miles a minute as I'm trying to clock everything, and I turn and I just shout to Laren, west side of the room.
Copy that.
Laren, you act next.
Oh.
Let's see what
Question, and I'm assuming the answer is no.
Liren.
Is there any universe in which our invisible foe is within 10 feet of this big boy?
This invisible foe is not within 10 feet of this big boy.
Totally fine. Then this is going to be a to whom it may concern. I'm going to cast Fireball.
Yes! That's what I would have done.
Hey, you know what? If I have a direction, I know how to get a concentration check. Yeah. Hell yeah, go ahead and roll damage. Or actually, sorry.
Dex save against a 20.
Damn. Amazing.
20? Level 14.
Let me ask a question to you.
Dex save against a 20.
So, you go ahead and drop a fireball. As you drop a fireball, you get hit with a counterspell.
Of course.
Your construct can go.
Yeah, okay.
And it's a high enough counterspell where it just kills the fireball.
Well, fireball's 3rd level.
Right.
This was technically upcast before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and roll in that case. I'll be very fair-minded.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
No.
Sorry.
I'll go ahead and roll. We'll leave it up to the dice.
Make a roll.
Make a roll.
While we still can.
Hell yes. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna roll this in front of the board actually because I like that and that feels fun to me. Feels fun to me to roll in front of the board. Our friend here needs.
Look at that.
Get out of here.
Look at that dice
Our friend here
tray.
needs an 11 or higher to overcome your fireball.
11 or I dig that.
A 10.
I'm not kidding you. I absolutely love that. It reminds me of when you're
Go ahead and
watching
roll damage.
poker or something like that. I love watching things unravel so you can see them. Maybe that's why Molly and them enjoy watching the roll of the dice and saw the cocked dice.
Let us play a beautiful game.
I'm turning this up all the time because
41
I am a
points of fire
person.
damage.
Oh my god.
So this dude's got to make a DC 20 Constitution save.
Yeah, no thanks.
Shit up.
Okay.
Let's be fair, he still has to make the dex save to like not take half damage.
Oh, he quite failed.
Okay, cool.
He quite
Yeah, I got that
failed.
one back here on that deck save.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna roll again. This is a 19 or 20 on the
I
die.
like
He
when he
drops
does this. I'm not kidding. Great stuff.
14. Not gonna get the job done. You lay down this fireball, and Magister Micah Cormorant appears.
It is him. It's Cormorant.
You see, he has a bunch of incredible Evoker Arcanotech gear.
I love it. He's actually here. I was afraid it was just going to be some sort of guardian or something. Hachi Machi.
So, Paisha, you walk in.
I love that it's
Hachi
Hachi Machi.
It's been a minute.
Look, they think I'm just constantly holding concentration on stuff that keeps the city afloat. I get very mad!
A perfect casting of fireball, such that the summoning of it, it's so spherical. What a round ball of fire. Technically perfect, as everything Laren does is. Magister appears
As
horrifically
everything
burned and screaming
she does
at greater
is
invisibility.
perfect.
Drops your construct may act unless you have a bonus action.
Oh god, what would a bonus action be?
I'm so happy it's him, honestly.
Good with
His
that.
piece.
I'm just gonna have my big boy.
His piece is ridiculous looking. What is that
As the construct goes up and makes
giant
his,
thing on what
attack.
looks like his back? I can't even tell what's on him.
12 to hit. 18.
18
And
definitely hits. He's already
19.
burned his reaction on a counterspell.
Cool. 18 and 19. 28 plus 4. What is a d8? Oh god.
Oh man, it is like right in front of him. I hope it punches him through the wall.
16 plus
26 bludgeoning.
Whoa. What? Whoa.
Yes.
What does he add to smack?
it's a d8 plus 4 plus a spell's level of bludgeoning damage.
Britain's great.
Yeah.
D8 plus 4 plus a spell's level.
Magister Cormorant appears on the verge of casting Chain Lightning, and instead you burn him half to death, and your construct punches his chest so hard that it breaks all of his ribs, smashes his heart and organs into the wall behind him, and he is dead. That's all she rolls, folks. 66 hit points.
Let's go!
behind.
I was gonna say 41 plus 26. We're already up to. Oh wait, was it 41 plus
Wanna bring him back up to
26?
Talk to him? I don't have.
He's 67. She just killed him. He's
Check
6.
him, Xerxes.
Damn!
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Hey, problems are getting solved quick over here.
Punched him so hard with the construct that he exploded his heart.
Killed it?
Finally did.
And
We need to.
just
I
barely.
jump over the,
67 they
our
hit.
walkies and I go,
And he was 66. Great
oh,
stuff.
yes, Brasswing. Brassring, we accidentally killed the Magister.
It wasn't.
Which
an
ma-
accident.
which
We
Magister?
accidentally killed the Magister.
Were you able to speak to him?
Yeah, get meaningful information and intel out of him.
That's what Xerxes is for. Xerxes?
Did you kill him or just knock him unconscious?
No, he's dead.
Okay.
No, he's dead. We exploded his insides.
Look, I can cast mending on his
Or
chest.
I've tried that once. It doesn't work.
Hey, some fights are about verisimilitude. This was one shady evoker. Those guys have 66 hit points and an armor class of 15.
Oh my
and,
god.
Evoker? Anyone can cast fireball, bitch. You're not special.
Roll higher than a 2 on your initiative, and that's really the end of the story. That's really what it comes down to.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Speaker of the Fourth means he was a representative for.
Speaker of the House, almost.
Yeah, so there's 8
Magister.
different people that represent like basically entire like magisterial bodies. He represented the 4th such voting body.
Got it.
Cormorant is dead. However, you're in his office. You're in his
Let's
chamber.
look around.
construct
Might as
stands guard
well.
here.
What do we got to lose at this point?
there's
I mean,
plenty to go
I'm
over
not
here.
even scared of any
Still
sort of
doesn't detect
blowback
magic, though.
because we know what he was doing.
Detect magic. You scan over. Give me an Arcana check with advantage with the detect magic up.
29.
29. These the teleportation daises in here have been tampered with. The seal has been broken on them in terms of their registry with the Porters Guild.
So he's been doing it rogue off the record?
Rogue off the record.
Can I see where he's been teleporting to with these? Like, are they attuned to a certain place?
You lean down and see that there is a bit of illusory magic, which I won't even make you use a full dispel magic. It's effortless for you to dispel it. Boom. One of the runes written in Draconic, which is a very classical, easy language to do arcane writing in, is not Draconic. There's an infernal rune carved hastily into the dais, hidden by an illusion. And
Well, clearly we
you
have enough
think
evidence
he's been
already.
leaving. You think he's been inviting people in.
Oh
I
shit.
think we found our leak.
There we go.
As you say this, go ahead. If you have any other investigations,
We don't have to worry about having killed him at this point, I
like.
feel like. We just
Files.
proved he's guilty. It depends how many people are in on it, though. I don't feel like a lot. Besides him, we had
You hear Xerxes go through the comms again and just ask, so how dead
Lucretia
is he?
Hollow. Lucretia?
Dead?
Third-degree burns all over his body. I'd say about 88%, and his torso is completely crushed.
Got it. Okay, well.
We crushed his heart and
the
organs.
construct was not like, all right, let's just ding the
Right.
guy.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know what killed him. I just know he
Yeah, we imagine a stone fist full force into an old man's chest. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Against a wall.
Cast any magic about it you want to cast.
Exploded
and
him
do any
against
checks
a
you wanna
wall.
do.
I'm gonna make an investigation check. That's gonna be an amount.
That's gonna be an amount.
Yeah. Okay. 22 to look for any files. I would love to say that I'm looking broadly about like Vespin and stuff. I'm looking for my
Ves-
stuff.
Hell yeah. Looking through the files here, what you see is that the stuff that Magister, the late Magister Cormorant was interested in, was your stuff. You see he's already pulled history and records all about the Arboreal Calyx, all about the Galaxy
So he's,
of Crown and Throne. All that stuff's in his office.
I mean, I
And
figured
you
so
can
much, honestly.
see
Like, what-
that there was research going on here. You see a lot of this is about magical law, so it's about the nature of the pact, and you see that there is a scroll pulled from the Librarium Magisterium, not your library. This is the Library of Magical Law.
Librarium
And you see,
Magisterium.
you find a letter composed on ancient, 100-year-old birch bark. Maybe even, like, and you see the script is this like beautiful silvery ink on birch bark. And the letter portends of a conversation. You sort of can infer what it must be responding to. In effect, in many more words, the letter says, Honorable Magister, your assurances are taken in the most generous
Is this
spirit.
Vespin Chloris?
I do not distrust you, the person, for all people are children of Exandria. But what I distrust is enchantment. The enchantment of a people and of their ways. The wizards of Avalier have proven time and again that they do not see limitation. They do not see the limitation of a city that will be borne aloft into the sky, nor do they see risk. I wish that I could trust you. I wish that my order could trust you. I wish that we could, in good faith, tell you of the tree's purpose. Sorrow fills my heart, for even if you kept your word, the wizard behind you, if they knew the nature of the tree, I can only imagine would see all that they could do with it and not what they could do for it. I implore you, the endless skies of Exandria are yours. The wonders of your imagination are your only master. Please, simply tend for this tree, and do not ask again. We cannot trust you with its secrets. Head Druid of the Galdrashari.
Okay.
Temple of Toramunda.
All right, there we go. I was going to say, it's not Vespin Chloris. It is one of the head druid guys. So they're basically saying,
Date this letter to probably around the time that the Arboreal Calyx was created. And you see records here that after the Matron's Ascension, basically the city landed a year after that, and the druids all came aboard Avalier and said, we need to update. we need to go. And you find records here in this place. Prior to that, the Tree of Names stood alone in the chamber of the Calyx. You see here the other bits of history having to do with Toramunda.
After this, we're gonna break.
You see there's like an ancient piece of ritual about the Emperor Raushan and the Empress Kamort, which are the primordials that the Dawnfather and the Wild Mother defeated at Mount Igora and sealed away. You see like early druidic like prayer scrolls essentially to like the ancient base of the mountain.
I just want to make sure I end it at a good point.
All of that is unveiled to you, and it's all here in Cormorant's office.
With what time I have, I just mage hand out all of these scrolls, and you see kind of this similar silvery strand kind of sucking the text out of the scrolls, making a copy as it zips into
Little sphere traveling around her. I love that.
I'm copying.
It's like a piece of technology, new age.
So you're trying to steal some scrolls.
I think just the letter on the birch is like the only thing that Lyran would hold on to, and she is devastated.
He wasn't worthy enough.
Yeah. He wasn't.
But we are.
Yeah. We have to be.
Our tenacity far exceeds the Magisters.
You're right.
Those who are privileged, those who are given everything,
Don't appreciate it.
do not know how to fight.
That too.
You are, as ever, correct.
Give me one last either investigation or Arcana with advantage.
That's terrible. 2 twice, so a 12.
Oh no!
Copy that.
Copy that.
Disgraceful.
Disgraceful.
Amazing. Cool. We are going to depart from the Magisterium. You've found what you came to find. You have, and if you wish to like have this construct carry Cormorant's, but wrap up Cormorant's body in a rug and carry it behind you.
You want this corpse?
We probably should do something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are you reaching
Yeah.
out to me again?
Yes.
I have to do like the professor.
I know, right? I just was doing that because you guys were doing it. There's nothing I can do for that guy. By the time I get there, he'll be too dead. But we can take him to the Oracles, which is where we're heading. You know, if we get in and we find one, maybe they can raise him.
Or speak with him.
Or speak with
Or
him.
speak with him. I was going to say, I don't know if we have to necessarily raise him.
I am also worried about the optics of walking with the body. Maybe just sort of put him in a closet somewhere.
Yeah.
You see that the construct wraps up the body and goes to hide it somewhere that you will be able to come later in the evening.
I got it.
It's hard. You can feel the palpable joy of a construct. Lots of statues wait hundreds of years and never get woken up by the Architect Arcane. And this guy's like, we did it, baby. Yes.
We did it. We did it.
Yes. Wizard woke me up.
Love it.
Call him Scrabbles.
Let's call him Scrabbles.
Stone tears.
Yeah.
You.
As we leave, I'm just like, just remember, every Magister sucks, and I'm your only friend.
Leave him with that.
We move to the Hall of Prophecy.
All right, guys, so we're on the way to the Hall of Prophecy. I figure that's a good way to break it. We are on our way to the Hall of Prophecy. There's about an hour left. Let's just break down what we saw. I am so pleased that it was Magister Coromant, whatever his name is, however you pronounce it. He's dead, so it doesn't really matter. He had the fourth chair, and they were explaining, and let me know if I'm saying this wrong, but from what I understood, based on the rapid explanation, there's 380 people. All of them are a bunch of assholes. They don't do a whole lot of shit, but you got these guys at the top levels, and Magister Coromant is the fourth seat, so he runs the fourth group of people. I feel like that's what they said. Like, he has his own group of people. Each seat has their own group of people. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. We had our stone statue punch him so hard in the gut that it exploded his ribs, his chest, his heart, everything, his insides. And that was after we set him on fire with third-degree burns. So, I was doing the math, and Liren did 67 points of damage. He had 66. It worked out perfectly. Holy crap. Her first strike, the fireball, was 41 hit points. We are dealing with level 14 people here, though, that have extreme abilities and stuff. I have literally started at campaign 2, where we just achieved level 4. And anything over a 12 is like a happy time. I feel like in this, 12 is like, holy crap, you suck. In that, I mean, in campaign 2, I'm not used to high rolls. I'm not used to high levels. I'm not used to a lot of damage. We die if we get hit with something over 20 points until we hit level 4. So this is all new to me, having this high a level. I do enjoy, I said it during the episode, that they scroll the cards of the stats of all our characters around. I've said it many times in campaign 2 how when they level up especially, I eventually remember what their stats are. But then we level up and then it all is anew again. And then every now and then we'll see the cards of the player, but then it's not enough for me to retain the knowledge, and then by the time I retain it, they up a level again. Either way, it's not that big of a deal, because it honestly kind of keeps it more mysterious whether or not they live or die, but I also am a statistic guy. I like to keep track of things. I like numbers. I loved that Brennan showed his dice roll. I didn't realize till I saw him do it how much enjoyment I would have out of it. I like seeing it happen, and now it has a different effect on how I think of what Molly did when in campaign 2 I made this big rant about how Molly was kind of watching all the dice rolls and calling people out for cocked dice. I kind of feel like it's because it's just more enjoyable to see the dice roll. And if you see somebody has a cocked dice, you're not going to hold back and be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. It's honestly just you being excited and speaking in the moment, so to speak. Here's what we got. We have found out, based on the fact that we killed the Magister, that he has been doing shit behind the scenes for a while now. We see in 9-year-old footage of this woman who Sam, Mr. Loquacia Sealy, knows more about than he leads. We find out that 9 years ago, Vespin Chloris, Lucretia Hollow, and Loris. I do know Loris, but I cannot remember much about Loris right now. But I do remember the name Loris. Why do I remember Loris? Because Loris was from Game of Thrones, and I'm like, hey, that guy's got the name of the Game of Thrones guy. So Loris, Lucretia Hollow, and Vespin Chloris 9 years ago started talking about things. Maybe that's where they met for the first time and figured everything out. The Magister is clearly the gateway that allowed them access to all these places, because we see that he put some kind of dark rune and people were traveling through this portal that he manipulated, and now he's dead. And now we hit him in a closet. We have Scrabbles, the construct, who is a giant stone statue, and time is of the essence. We find out about this tree, and they built the arboreal calyx around this tree. So apparently, I mean, maybe it's been said, but here's what we're going to say, or here what I'm going to say, and then we're going to go into part 4. I feel like This tree needs power. It needs to siphon power so that it could do something epic. What? Probably a dark thing, probably a horrible thing. Maybe the druids had something in line for it to be able to sustain the world of Exandria. I don't know. But the druids seemed legit. They wrote this letter, and apparently the Magister didn't abide by it. Whoever is involved, which I'm assuming was the dead Magister, and Vespin Chloris, Lucretia Hollow, we also found out that Moderna Glyph, or whatever her name is, it's not Moderna. What is it? It's Moderna? I don't know. Whatever her name is, she didn't know what was going on. She was touched and she was mind fucked, and then she did what she did and she didn't know. And Abrea yelled at her. Marisha said, like, no, she's good. Let her do her thing. She's got an ugly dress, though, so screw her. They are trying to use this tree, to use the power of the tree to do bad things. And the druid said, someone's going to end up doing that. Don't let it happen, and it happened. Let's find out. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me if you're seeing it on YouTube. There are dozens of shows over on Patreon you'll never see over here. I just don't have the time to edit everything, and I watch probably 50 hours a week of television. Maybe not that much, but a lot. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.